Hey friends, welcome back. Long War of the Chosen. The power situation, we've got 3 left. So, I do need a Psi lab. How much power does the Psi lab require? Don't know. Okay, we've got an ambush enemy troops and a black site cooking. We've got 45 intel, we need just 5 more, but we'll get that now from Gatecrasher. I see South Africa has reached strength 9, so we should expect an invasion soon again. One thing about the invasions is, once we start defeating these bastards, then the invasions become exponentially easier. South Africa is covered by the Assassin, who's probably the easiest to defeat anyway. Warlock is the most difficult. Hunter's the most irritating. Attacks bleed enemies, aim and crit against half, okay. Fire at everybody. I think that applies to bleed as well. It's good to see that he's weak against skirmishers. Because we've got ourselves a nice high-level skirmisher with a plasma bullpup. And then we'll be doing Mind Ripper after that, which might give us time to recruit a Reaper before we send a Reaper in with the squad that takes down this bitch.
Setting course for South
Anyways, we're just in that phase of the campaign now where we're focusing completely on taking out the Chosen and keeping the Avatar project under control.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
Stormgun is inspired and only going to take 6 days. That's very tempting. But I just want to do psionics quickly. No, beam cannon.
Is eager to begin, Commander.
Beam cannon in 8 days.
What can I do for you, Commander?
You can give me 3 more plasma rifles. These are quite expensive, these beam pistols. Okay, I've got the intel I need to boost both of those missions. We did complete a hack event that would lower the contact cost for another country. That's only 107. I think how many left on the whole map? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 16. I think that's 160. 160. Looks like the reduction in contact cost only applied to Western US, which is fine. That would be where I would want to get next anyway. Contact with new regions instantly. I think at the start of the next month we can build another radio tower here somewhere. Strength 1 in New Chile. I'm just looking at the advent strength. So 9 in South Africa, that's fine. East Africa 6, that's not unexpected. New Mexico being 7 is a little surprising, but I suppose it's the presence of the facility. Now we can go ahead and boost already. It's actually not going to go down below 34, is it? I had it confirmed to me by one of the viewers that you can boost and it'll continue to give effect as you continue to scan. It essentially infiltrates 50% faster. Eastern US. So you don't have, like, if you want to hit 150, you don't have to wait to 100 and then only boost. You can boost immediately if you know you want to boost a country. An infiltration, that is. 33 intels, we have enough to boost another mission. Intel, Western Europe. Maybe try to do a liberation mission, but I'm going to scan in South Africa. Plus to recruit faster. Once we hit 8 members here, we'll switch over to intel gathering and see if we can't potentially pick something up that can let us reduce strength. Fine, we'll get plenty more chances to do those liberation missions. This is now up to 7. Also up to 7 here. Start liberating. Could maybe be doable, but again, we don't have anyone available. Supply cache for 5 days. Not too phased. Actually, let's look at the status of the barracks. I do have enough troops to send out another mission. We've got a bunch of staff sergeants. We've got the new specialist that we hired. And the new gunner. Okay, scratch that. Let's look around and see if we can't maybe complete one of these missions. One of these non-essential, quote-unquote non-essential missions. 5 days. Just a... not a liberation mission here. Start liberating.
Setting course for
Let's just take a look. If I can send 6 troops there, ideally lower level ones, that would be ideal. I think Bane is available. So everybody at Corporal or below will get a level up, guaranteed. So here's Bane. And then what do we send from the top? We can send Templar and Skirmisher. Humphreys. Where's Jones? Is available. Humphreys and Jones. I really wish there was a single button I could press just to pull everybody out of Haven Advisory. No, that's Correa, not Jones. Yeah. Recruit. I mean, at most, this could be 66 days. There's Vitala, Haven Advisory. I've left this too late, I think. Bane, do you have a gunner who you like? Johnson, he's low level though. I suppose I could send him. If we then send Templar, Skirmisher 7 to 9, and then some corporals. I mean, the only person benefiting here would be Johnson and Mayer, but I mean, I really don't want to push my luck here. Yeah, that's fine. This is likewise fine. Awesome, I've got 3 more plasma rifles available. Only 5 health is a little scary. Very, very fragile lads. What kind of an autoloader do we have? None, actually. Scope. Advanced expanded. I'm going to throw the elite suppressors because we're actually quite close to getting to the next. Yeah, we're almost close to 100 so that it can be 7 to 9. Yeah, we need as many of these as possible. Get these numbers up. Look, at least we've got plenty of healing coming out of Bane. Do we not even have a hazmat? Okay, I'll have to build another hazmat. Those hit point numbers are just so low, and I think it's the same story for the assault trooper. Only 4 hit points. Yikes. I think the hazmat is ideal for the newbies because of the elemental resistance. So important. What kind of weapon is he going to be able to use? I could give him a plasma rifle. Or a shotgun. 6 to 11. 8 to 12. Yeah, I think point blank plasma rifle is fine. How about armor piercing? Crit chance. Could I get more damage? No. Let's just go armor piercing plasma. I need to name these as well. This is a support plasma rifle. I don't recall what color I was making my support rifles. I will leave them at the standard brown color. %, 10 to 12. Okay. So Murphy. Honestly, you may as well take a plasma rifle. I mean, why not? Suppressor, expanded mag, laser sight. Yes, I can sell all of the stocks. That's worth bearing in mind. Pop over to the black market, flog all those stocks. So how does this mission go down? Actually, no, don't give you plasma rifle. Give you an SMG for mobility. And also, don't give you the plasma rifle. Give you the shard gun. The chance for crit. And there are still people who need to do Haven Advisory who can arguably make better use of those plasma rifles. Interesting how the suppressors are barely affecting the infiltration time at all. 10 to 12, slightly under infiltrated. I think it's still doable with the 6 of us. Don't have any bang bang. So the opening salvo will be important. Back to the workstation on a train. But surely there's a better mag cannon available. We're going to be depending on Inquisitor a lot. And the Templar, her ability to stun is going to be crucial. 7 hit points, 7 hit points, 8 hit points. Only 5 on Bane. Let's see if we can pull this off. This is very much like a, bench, bottom of the barrel type of squad. Obviously with the exception of Storm and Inquisitor, but we need some strength in the squad. These two are very low level. Got one sergeant there, thankfully, with Shadow Step, Cutthroat. Johnson can only shoot once. If any mission is going to be a trap mission, it's these liberation missions. So we'll just have to be aware of that.
Sky Ranger deployed.
And be willing to just call evac and abandon the mission at a moment's notice. Works. See, that also works. Good for me. Just to make sure these countries that are on recruit battle scanners are so crucial. Any rangers available? There we go. Gee, that's better. And that's everybody. Every country where it's recruiting, we have a decent soldier in there. Specialist, he has an assault with a good assault shotgun. Probably when I was setting up the other squad, I should have said unequipped from barracks. Because, I mean, I sent that assault trooper out there with a mag shotgun. Desperately outdated. Wow, I'm actually down to ceramic plating. Haven't been down to ceramic plating for a while. And how about combat stims? I'm also out of combat stims. Like that isn't a bad setup. Even just a straight mag shotgun isn't that bad. Advanced lasers, I like those. Stocks and suppressors. That 30 base crit and plus 40 if you're shooting from a flank, so 70% crit chance. Dodge, aim, defense will... Loads of dodge available. Mobility could be a little better, but look at that aim. Crazy. Yo, plasma lance. Did not realize there was a plasma lance available. That 35 base crit chance. Beautiful. Sniper, I think this is Sniper 4. I think we can actually build faster. Let's get the Shadow Chamber going. So with the infiltration numbers and time on the black site, if memory serves, it's always 34 to 36. Oh god, finally we get to kill a faceless. With who? Sidorov. I think I'm not going to run it. I don't need the corpses or the experience particularly. 3 supply, 4 recruit. Let's see which one gets removed when that expires. Okay, one of the lads on supply. Fine. You have its attention, we don't want to do that. So as I was saying about the black site, by boosting it, I just allowed us to get to 100% faster, because as soon as it's at 100, we can launch it. Ambush enemy troops is at 19 to 20 is still too much. I'm going to let that go up to 150, see if it drops down another tier of enemies. 6 days for a defector would be nice, but nobody available. New Brazil. Lad on supply. 13 to 15. Okay, that's doable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Danny's going to do a lot of overwatching. Mad Doc's going to do a lot of executing and disabling. Cruz, just a lot of shooting. Bloody Peasant, a lot of hacking. A Dud. Disabling. And Eliad, a lot of boom boom. What else do I need to know here? It's a small town mission, 13 to 15. Let's get them. I'm not too concerned about the Black Site mission. It can get a little spicy, but I've done it a number of times without issue. I'm still a bit concerned about the timing around Hunting of the Chosen. Also, hopefully the Black Site mission we don't get too beat up, because the timing should be quite close in terms of a number of days between taking those troops out who went on the Black Site mission and sending them to actually hunt the hunter. Also need to make sure that my skirmisher ideally mustn't get wounded in that mission he's doing now as well, that hack mission, because he's going to be super important in killing the hunter. Also need to remember, when it comes time to set up for that mission, hunting the hunter, we'll see if the Shadow Chamber is completed before we do it, so we can check out what kind of composition of enemies we have. But obviously at least one trooper must have blue screen rounds for dealing with a mech if we run into one. But the skirmisher needs to have needle rounds. And if a assault trooper with that double shot ability is available, we should take him as well. But who's on point here? Doesn't really matter. I like putting my sniper here and pushing up this way, see if we can find a pod. If not, we can move into this building. How many high cover spots? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that right there is quite good. You can maybe even then be a bit cheeky and put your sniper up here. Yeah, with not great lines of sight, but let's get into this house. Where's the door? This house. Around the back. Okay, we're gonna have to go the long way. These windows are all closed. Yeah.
Position confirmed.
Come on, then.
Come on, then.
Roger that.
I think what we could actually do is put Blackwing up here on the roof without using his grapple now. Because once we know when the enemies are, we can then later on decide where he can grapple to. Because from here, he can grapple here to open up this angle of shooting. But he can't grapple to there. Okay. I think he's fine where he is for now.
Got it. Moving.
Move.
Wait, is Sarge carrying a battle scanner? I should have... What? I didn't equip him properly then, did I? Whoopsie. I need to pay more attention during these setup phases.
On my way.
I hear an Andromedon.
Solid copy.
All right.
If Monty Python can be in a position where he can hack that turret, it'd be ideal. So I'm using a mod that allows me to do system infiltration. Invest an action point to gain a stacking bonus to hacking. Bonus is lost if the unit moves or takes damage. That's arguably just too strong. I'm not going to use that.
Time to motor.
And the Grenadier,
On it.
high cover, because why not?
Eyes on the prize.
Where do I put War Dragon? I need to do 17 points of damage. I mean, I can one-tap it from here if I need to. So therefore, I like to be able to shoot down this avenue here. Based on what we heard, there's enemies there. Of course, a non-zero chance of enemies here as well, but... if we fail the hack on the super heavy turret once we get revealed, then War Dragon can just one-tap that turret down. Just concerned about there potentially being enemies this side.
Affirmative.
Go.
Just wait one more turn.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. We shall watch and
Scanning. Scanning.
I'm going to open that back door of the house, have Cruz throw a battle scanner out there. A longbow, hunter drone, codex. And it looks like they are going to be in explosion range of this on the next turn. That's only 6 damage to everybody, and it'll make the codex split, which we don't want. Okay, never mind. I think we should go louder than the next turn. Nothing here.
Running.
Candid photography.
Roger. I've got my
Who's
eyes
the
on
right person to pop the ambush? Arguably Iliad, I want to say. Or we just rocket this whole lot. Because the codex should go down with rocket plus explosion. We've got good rocket coverage, not on the right angle, but on the left angle.
On Overwatch.
Good copy. Moving on target.
The other option is, especially if this pod is closer, is I think I can ice the entire pod. We'll do that on the next turn if they're still grouped up together, and even more so. Okay, now see, that's what's called, that's what complicates it. Look at all that heavy metal. Holy shit. Fucking hell.
Stand by for attack!
Okay, we have to now we have to wait till this pod patrols away. Then we open up on this pod. Terrifying.
Roger, I've got my eyes on.
I think the way to do it is with an ice grenade. We can potentially freeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Got it covered.
On Overwatch.
Or Terry Crews could get a good, maybe kill zone coverage and then a rocket. It's probably a better idea.
Affirmative.
And then we just use the ice grenades as a problem-solving tool. Berserker Codex pod stays put. That would be just too much to hope for. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stay together, stay together. Sarge, you can potentially shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies. I think I have to open up with a rocket. It's just too much destruction to turn down. Oh, I can't hit those lads. Damn. I suppose I don't want to hit the Codex. I want to hit that, and then have Sarge's kill zone active. How do I get a better kill zone? Well, how many is in there? I can only shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies. So I can't even hit those ones. But we don't know if the mechs are going to move. The mechs often don't even move. Also, if he's in kill zone, can bloody peasant still use dual strike? It does end the turn, and so does Haywire Protocol. 50%, 50, 53, 50, 91. But I think grabbing the super heavy is a better option. That I don't have to do now, and I'm not sure if it's going to aggro anybody. My ranger doesn't have really any organics to shoot at here. Right, and during that little pause there, I muted and forgot to unmute myself. It's becoming a classic move by Stobbie. Here I am doing some post-recording Foley work.
Overwatch.
Yeah, like a second ago I had said that I was waiting for the Berserker pod half away. And now you can see here I am actually engaging on what, like 13 of 10 enemies.
Nothing gets past me.
And you might wonder, well, why didn't I just wait now? Why not wait and then let that other pod go out of sight? You only engage on the one pod. But I feel like I have enough significant overlap of abilities that I think I can handle everything on the screen right now. Got this huge rocket hit that must have done close to like, what, 60, 70 damage total. Danny takes out the Archon, one of the biggest threats. Still 2 more reaction shots to go.
Target neutralized.
Great damage there, 13 plus a rupture on the Andromedon. Sarge hasn't even started taking kill zone shots yet. Oh god, and misses the Codex. 63 out of here. I really wanted Sarge to hit that Codex.
Not much of a hit.
The Sarge, of course, has the blue screen, which would have given him the best possible chance of anybody to one-hit that Codex. Right, so I've got 9 active enemies here. And I've got Pyro, who can throw some support grenades. I do have blue screen protocol on the flashbangs. So the other option is to freeze 1, 2, 3, 4 of those mechs. That still leaves 5 active enemies. I think I'm going to need to freeze some group of enemies. I think the 4 mechs I've got to turn down. I have to flashbang them. I mean, Monty Python here can try hack one of these things, but I mean, I think I might go for the shutdown. That super heavy, I think, shoots twice. That's 5 to 9 times 2 with Marden out in the open. So of course I'm just going to cast incoming first in case I can't control or kill all of the various mechs. And my thought here is to advance teamwork Sarge, who's already used his Overwatch ability. If I advance teamwork Sarge, he can hopefully take down that undamaged longbow mech. Obviously the AoE Overwatch goes on a 4-turn cooldown. The other option is to order Danny.
We shall fight the oppressors for your right to have babies, brother, sister.
Combat protocol. Modern actually with Deadeye might be a good option to one-tap the full hit point longbow. But here we've got 14 hit points and 3 armor, so 17 hit points, 80% crit, 16 plus 6, 22, so 80% chance to kill if it crits, which it should. And then I can steady weapon or hollow target another enemy. If this fails though, Marden's in deep shit. Very nice, 18 damage.
Du warst kein Gegner für mich.
So I think that actually didn't crit, even an 80% chance to crit. It didn't crit, but it still rolled base damage high enough. So we hollow target the full hit point longbow. Can I pistol shoot someone? No. So steady weapon's a better option for the guaranteed, essentially guaranteed crit in the next turn. The longbow, we need 17 damage. And chain shot, if you hit the first target, 92% chance. So only 8% chance that's going to let us down. I think chain shot is the play on that full hit point longbow. Do it, Sarge. Oh, the dual shot, of course. Okay, so now, yep, let's freeze those 4, so we take those 4 out of the equation. Then we just have the Andromedon, the Berserker, and the drone to have to deal with. After this, we have Bloody Peasant who can do 1 bit of damage. To the Andromedon, immune to fire, poison, acid, still vulnerable, including mind control. I think I probably need to ice the Andromedon because I don't have a way to guarantee killing it. And even though we used incoming, with all of us grouped up like this, the Andromedon is almost guaranteed to use its acid bomb, which would be absolutely devastating. I think shooting and putting down the Berserker is a good option here. I mean, sure, if the Berserker tried to melee attack Sarge, he could have parried it. But if the Berserker went for anybody else, it could do some devastating damage. So we've got an extra move, and we've got another grenade to throw here. Or I could just shoot the Hunter Drone. But the Hunter Drone's accuracy is only 40%. And worst case, it does a bit of damage, which shouldn't go through everybody's ablative armor. Flashbang is risky. I mean, the flashbang would take its aim down to 44 and should disable its ability to launch the acid, but I'm so afraid of that acid ability, I don't want to take the chance. Let's rather put him down for this turn. Now the only damage from the 10 enemies that were active at the start of the turn is the drone, which will probably just shock some. I forgot about the codex. Versus. Yeah, so here comes the side bomb. I should have auto loaders on most of my guys. Disables the weapon on the hunter drone, which is interesting. And that then of course forces it to use stunner because it can't use drone shot. Because it's had its ammo taken away. 74% here, I think it's a decent shot. It's a pity I can't see the Andromedon. Oh, that's so disappointing. And now what's challenging is I need to move and still try to do stuff. But see, Danny, oh, damn, it doesn't have an autoloader. Clearly I need to use revival protocol here. Get pyro out of the side bomb. I think it's like 8 damage that goes through armor. So that would mean like almost my entire squad being out for weeks, which I don't want. Cruise doesn't have great options. Also not an autoloader. Need I remind you that there is still an Andromedon that can acid us. God damn it, this is actually pretty devastating now. So the play here, Danny, is to walk fire the Andromedon, and then I can use Implacable to get out of the range of the side bomb. Oh, this is a problem. The codex looks like it's going to be unanswered this turn because everybody needs to reload. Iliad, unfortunately, doesn't have phosphorus because if he had phosphorus, he could have used the stims for the mobility and then flamethrowed all those mechs, probably to death. But he's a lower level, that's a problem. Denny, got a high cover there. Iliad. Oh, damn it. We have such bad mobility options here. I could rocket to kill all 4 of these mechs, and then I just have to eat the side bomb damage.
This one's for you.
Oh, it only kills 2 of them? What? I suppose I should have thought about that a bit more and calculated the damage ranges and biggest booms. I mean, those 2 didn't roll base rocket damage high enough, and they didn't get biggest booms to actually kill those rockets. To actually kill those mechs. Man. So the Andromedon will move up and punch, which isn't too scary. Now, actually, I'm wishing I had swapped the position of the Grenadier and the Gunner. Because the Gunner being in the left position would have made him more likely to get punched by the Andromedon shell, which he could have parried. However, we advance teamwork the Specialist, who can then haywire protocol the shell. I don't have vision on the shell. Oh, God, it sucks. And now, there's no squares here where I can hit the Codex and at least one of the longbows. And like, obviously, I should have flashbanged the Codex in the previous turn. But if I flashbang here, the longbow on the left is essentially combat ineffective. Only got 30 aim, and the Andromedon shell then won't have enough mobility to punch anybody. So that's those 2 taken care of this turn. So it just goes back down to War Dragon missing his shot on the Codex, being absolutely devastating. What does Monty Python do here? I think you should order Iliad to get out of the side bomb. I mean, at least that's 8 damage avoided. I mean, if he takes that side bomb damage, and then the Codex just teleports behind him and executes him, which obviously is no good. Thing is, though, the longbow on the left is flashbanged, but the one on the right is not. So the one on the right can still throw grenades. Overdrive serum for mobility doesn't help. It helps a little. So now that longbow on the right, I needed to shoot. I needed to not throw grenades. Running backwards, which implies it's going to grenade. Yeah. Oof, ouchie. Shit. No, Haddad's in huge danger. Oh, of course, the flank. Yeah, goodbye, Haddad. Rip. See, yeah. God, that sidebomb ruined us. But I'm going to say that that death is Martin's fault. If he had hit that shot on the Codex would have been dead and wouldn't have finished off Haddad.
Back in.
And now I'm just triggered and not thinking because no, I didn't move Sarge. He's standing right next to a vehicle that's going to explode on the next turn.
Right.
Good. And now I'm going to have to use a command ability. Get Sarge away from that exploding vehicle. Although, he does have how much additive armor, and he's got 50% damage reduction against explosions, but it'll probably do at least 4 points of damage, so then 2 will get through. At 1 point of additive armor, maybe even 3 would get... No. I gotta move him. Well, as is so often the case, things were going really rather well.
Sure thing.
And then one devastating thing happens, and the whole mission goes to shit.
Taken care of.
I mean, Danny's pissed off and just finishing people off now.
No longer a threat.
I mean, you see how hard Martin hits when he does hit. So, missing that shot
Macht jemand Striche?
on the Codex was devastating.
Nachgeladen.
Look, it sucks to use Haddad. We had spent a bit of XCOM mobility points on him as well. What? Her, sorry, misgendering you, Haddad. Rip.
Got it covered.
And that's especially disappointing because that was our support grenadier, and she had really nice abilities. Having hollow targeting
Ready
on a
to
support
rock.
grenadier
Affirmative.
is really, really, really good.
Covering now.
Anyway, that's 11 down, sadly with 1 death on our team.
Scanning.
I'm just going to try grab the superior PCS. Reduce enemy will does nothing. I want this to fail because, yeah, good. I want the other pods to know where we are to come get us because we're in a pretty good fighting position with all the high cover. Although, remembering of how things work now with these mods, if I had all pods active, then that map alert condition does nothing because you start with it on all the way, all the time anyway. And I keep thinking that when you fail that, the pods immediately know where you are, but it doesn't actually work that way. It just puts them into yellow alert, which just makes them more dangerous and difficult to deal with. Probably 1, maybe 2 pods left. I think this was a 15 or a 16 to 18.
In the name of God, we shall not stop our fight.
We got to be super, super careful now because if I have to push forward, okay, good. So the other pod is that side.
What was that sound?
Really, the only other bit of cover I have is that half cover behind the vehicle, which is not a great cover option.
On my way.
I think we just creep up in the high cover in this building and maintain overwatch. Hope that pod pods into us.
Got it covered.
Being in yellow alert, they're going to be covering more distance as they move, so they are more likely to path into us.
All right. Candid photography.
It looks like they came a little closer. Surely they're going to path into us next turn.
Hear that?
Well,
Right.
because I reckon it's probably only 1 pod. Let's get everybody forward
Orders
into this
confirmed.
vehicle.
Moving out.
with a bit of Overwatch, especially if Danny Iron gets to take all 3 of his shots. I'm like reasonably certain that whatever pod walks into us is just going to eat shit and die. And Cruiser's mobility is an issue.
Absolutely.
It's crazy how many times when you have a slow soldier, that 1 point of mobility makes all the difference. God, how did that not reveal? The other pod must have moved away from us. Now we're in a tough situation because I need to yellow move to get these guys into the next bit of cover going forward. Although, Rain Man on the left there and pop across to that side of the building, and we can maybe set up a bit of a crossfire with a couple of guys attacking from the left and the rest of them attacking from the right. I think we'll do that. We'll have Bloody Peasant and Rain Man flank left. Martin, just keep using steady weapon. You have to maintain where you are. I don't dare go any closer.
I'm on it. Moving to overwatch.
Photograph APRT knowingly.
Oof, this is risky. We know this pod's close. Revealing them could be tricky because they could also be on the roof. And speaking of that, it could be a really good option for Iliad. But I think just giving that straight crossfire ability from here, especially considering he doesn't have a rocket, he's just got fire. God, how does that reveal? Okay, they must be on the roof then.
Not a problem. On overwatch.
Stand by for attack.
Every second here when I take a move, I'll be like, this is the one that's gonna reveal us.
I'm on it.
War Dragon could have a tricky time getting line of sight, but at least with the spider suit he might be able to grapple across to the right. Gives him other options to actually see enemies.
Understood. Moving out.
I think I'm going to put Monty Python up on the roof and put him in a position where he can jump down to break line of sight.
On overwatch. Affirmative. Covering now.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, I reckon he's got decent lines of sight there with the grapples. Okay, good. First Sergeant. Sounded like a good hit. 12 damage and a rupture. Nice. What else is there? There's some pretty beefy lads there.
Advent forces on the ground.
Yes, the boys. Great damage with that. One more rapid reaction. Oof, elite gunner. That's scary. So my first thought is, can Iliad move up and get a flamethrower onto the gunner? I doubt it. He's too far.
Heading out.
And can Martin see anything? Okay, you can only see... What is that? Vanguard. Okay, so simple choice then. On a target and shoot. That should be an 88. I'm just thinking of grappling across, because then I might get better shot options. I mean, the 83 there is also a very, very good option. Grapple onto the corner of this roof. I'm hoping I can see the gunner. What I really want to do is put some damage onto the gunner. Or the longbow. Yeah, Deadeye should put the mech down in a single shot. 31 damage. That's got to be a record for the campaign so far. And the previous record was like 28 damage. So we take a shot here. And with Executioner that hits. Implacable now lets me move up. Sadly not far enough to get a flank. But we have just an elite gunner. 1 in 2 chance to hit I think is worth taking. I mean, based on where he is in cover, he can most likely just pop to the left and not pull Overwatch. So I want to get Iliad a little closer so that he can blue move and flamethrower on the next turn. Hail of bullets for some nice damage, and then hopefully Danny has enough damage to finish him off with Walkfire. Walkfire is 6 to 8. Let's call it 9 damage. So I'd need 8 damage from the Hail of Bullets, which I should get. To just do 6, 100%. Okay. Oh, man.
Target neutralized.
16 enemies. Yeah. Is that an overconfidence call? Where did things go wrong? I mean, tactically, I don't think you can know that you'll miss the Overwatch with the blue screen rounded gunner on the codex, and then on the following turn miss the 74% shot from the sharpshooter. I think my tactics were fine. Can always do better, but I don't think it was my tactics that got hard kill. I think it was the lads not hitting their shots. MVP for that mission, it's got to be Danny. Did loads of damage, hit loads of Overwatch, finished off wounded enemies at crucial times. Great performance. Promotion on War Dragon. Oh yeah, double tap. That essentially doubles his damage. Not exactly, because it has a 2-turn cooldown. So every second turn you can double tap. So it's like a 75% increase to his damage. I guess booms, which probably would have got us out of trouble in that last mission. But this is the challenge at this part of the campaign, leveling up some low-level lads. Supplies is nice. Corpse is nice. All pretty good. So, how are we with our classes of lads? We've got 5 sharpshooters. 1, 2, 3, 4 grenadiers. 1, 2, 3, 5 gunners. 4 rangers. I'm just considering retraining Ulrich here. He's a staff sergeant, so if I retrain him now, I can make him a staff sergeant with a bunch of nice support abilities. His XCOM abilities, I don't know what they are, and I'm not certain if it's going to be worth it, but I mean, I've got plenty of other explosive grenadiers. Where is he? Ulrich. Vitala? Nah. There he is. Let's retrain him. I mean, we have that ice grenade, and we saw how powerful that is. So well worth using. What do we have here? Ambush and Advent Troop Column. Ooh, the Archon King is here. Oof. What kind of squad do we have available? 25 base. Probably increasing as well, because it's South Africa, because vigilance is so high, and Advent is putting all of their troops through there to try to invade West Africa. Look, if I send 8 lads and boost it, it's 25 to 27. Which, as long as I manage activation, isn't that bad. And Martin did just get Master Sergeant. So he is going to have a plasma sniper rifle. And he's going to be shooting twice every second turn. So we've got some very nice damage from snipers. Although, as ever, when you are fighting Chosen or the special units, Zerka Queen, Archon King, their primary actions are always the big issue. So, yeah, idle point targeting, focus fire, and then cyclic fire is what I'll want. So we got Blackwing. Let's see. Grenadier. I want him to bond with Levi, so we'll send him out. Mad Doc. I can't afford to wait 2 days. Got boost infiltration here now. Takes it to 92%. And is this a must launch or abort situation now? 7 versus 9, and there's a couple of our lads. This is very doable. It'll be a sub 100% infiltration though. Aliens are on high alert. In the slums.